he's got more songs on the radio than anyone. I mean, it's like up to like fucking 37 or something ridiculous. I mean, you're talking more than the Foo Fighters, more than Van Halen, more than fucking anybody.
All right, before we begin the show, let's thank our sponsors. First and foremost, our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut. All natural, non-GMO coconut water with natural electrolytes and no added sugar. You can choose from pure, blueberry, pineapple, watermelon, sparkling energy, and chocolate flavors with Once Upon a Coconut. Stay hydrated and refreshed. And if you're wondering why it tastes so darn good, it's due to a combination of factors, including the freshness and sweetness of young coconut water, the lack of additives, and the natural electrolytes present. And the best part about it, Once Upon a Coconut, 10% of profits go to charity that benefit our communities, including the Down Syndrome Foundation, Breast Cancer Foundation, Leukemia Society. Good things, good people, great product. So you can grab it at some Sprouts, you can grab it on Amazon, you can go online to find a store near you or purchase it right there off of their website, onceuponacoconut.com. It is delish. Big thanks to Inspect All Pest Services, our buddy Nick and the crew over at Inspect All Pest Services, providing the highest quality termite, pest, and wildlife control. That's not all they do. Inspect All can take care of your insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding areas. Remember, seasonal, you get different bugs and critters all around your house, so you want to go with the best in the business, and that would be one of our fine sponsors from day one, InspectAllServices.com. It's the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, with the Aurora Law Firm, best darn defense attorney in the world, litigating all over the United States, based out of Georgia. We're talking criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, appeals, and more. And you can always get your legal questions answered by the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, by getting those to me. And when he pops up on a show, you get your questions answered. So go to thebaileyshow.com and we'll get those questions to the Mad Dog. The Aurora Law Firm.com. He is the best in the business when it comes to therapists. There's no doubt about that. I use them, and so should you. We're talking about Dr. David Markwell with Ridgeline Counseling. He's got 10 therapists in-house, 3 different locations there in Georgia, one across from Sprayberry High School in Sandy Plains in East Cobb, Marietta near the Square in McKaysville, just outside of Blue Ridge. But if you're not in Georgia and you need to talk to the good doctor, then you can go online and get virtual sessions. Ridgeline Counseling at gmail.com if you'd like to email him directly, or go online to markwelltherapy.com. There is no better time to check if your insurance is any good. That's why FBC Insurance is waiting for you to reach out. You can call them at 888-308-1841 or email them info@fbcinsuranceservices.com. I just switched up my car insurance because I got a better deal at FBC Insurance. They were the people to find it. Perfect for new homeowners, especially if you're trying to reshop those current insurance policies. 5-star service, multi-policy, bundled discounts, and they're going to shop every carrier out there to find the best insurance for your house, flood, storm season, auto, motorcycle, boat, recreational vehicle, or just a personal policy. 888-308-1841 or go online, FBCInsuranceServices.com. Another one of our great sponsors in storm season. You have to talk to the good people at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia. Family owned and operated. They are a Generac generator dealer, founded in 2012. So storm season, power goes out. Who knows when it's coming back on? Don't be that guy or girl that does not have a backup plan and having power for whatever it be, especially medical devices, fans, air conditioning, so on and so forth. Offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators, every single one of you. When you become a customer at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia, you get an upgraded warranty, free monitoring, and warranty repair. A+ rating with a BB&B, and you pay nothing until the job is complete. Call or request a free home assessment. You can go to their website, poweringgeorgia.com, or buzz them at 770-853-7571. Use the discount code Bailey, my last name, and get $500 off your entire installation. All right? Servicing Georgia and Tennessee. Alive Ozone Therapy Spa in Altamont Springs, Florida. This is mine and my wife's wellness spa. If you have an autoimmune, cancer, HIV, just simple biohacking, long COVID, the answer is yes to just about anything that's going on in your body. Most of the time it starts with inflammation, and ozone therapy, it decreases inflammation. So ozone therapy, we are the first and only to do it in Central Florida. That is a live ozone therapy spa. We also offer red light therapy, halo therapy, pressotherapy, PMF grounding mat, as well as naturally in-house made ozone infused products like the magnesium butter that many of you absolutely love. Ozone therapy, what is it? Quickly, it repairs and rejuvenates your cells to the mitochondrial level by using activated unlimited oxygen. Simple as that. No side effects. That's all there is to it. It's a 30-minute session, and you actually burn up to 600 calories when you're in the Hocket sauna. We do it the most non-invasive way. So whether you're in the area or you want to travel, book an appointment, AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. All the products you can get there as well. And remember, for you two peers, use the discount code BS10 to take that off those online products. If you want to be a sponsor of the show, reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. And if you are a listener of this podcast and you need any of our great sponsors, please reach out to them. Now, let's begin.
I think we should do a podcast about rock and roll. I got some stories.
Yeah, let's do it. Welcome to the Vinyl Road Podcast.
All right, there it is, episode 14 of the Vinyl Road Podcast on the BPX. That is the Bailey Podcast Exchange. 3 different shows, 5 days a week, one feed. All your details, jasonbailey.com. Thanks to the sponsors for all of the shows on the BPX. Thanks to our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut. OnceUponACoconut.com. Use the discount code BS Podcast 10 at checkout. Save some Geetuses. All right. Thanks for being here. My name is Jason Bailey. There's the man himself, Mr. Brad Stewart. How are you, Brad?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just got back home about an hour ago.
Well, I appreciate you joining me. You get applause for Ubering to the show.
Oh man. I
And
felt like that ride would never end. I was like, fuck's sake, lady, can you step on it? I need to get the fuck home.
And let's bring in the person that the Vinyl Roadies, after 14 episodes, have most requested on this show. We finally have, well, Brad has finally made it happen. That would be a guy that I haven't seen in almost 20 years. That would be Jasin Todd, ladies and gentlemen. Jasin Todd.
Yeah, thanks for the video, man. What, you got no video footage of me? Just Brad?
Brad on the beach. Brad on the beach is how we start the show each and every time.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Jason, the last time that we saw each other? Do you have any inkling of an idea? What year? Where were we? What were we doing?
Well, I know it was 20 years ago. Other than that,
yeah, about that.
it was a little foggy back then, you know?
Yeah, Brad remembered it. You remembered the bus, right, Brad, in Tampa when I brought it up?
I believe that was that Earth Day we were saying?
No, that was Tampa. That would have been a 90 Rock thing.
Halloween.
Guavaween. No.
Guavaween. It was some street thing. Anyway,
that was it then, I think.
It was like 2008. And you guys had just got done performing. I come on the bus and you're all sweaty and everybody's doing their thing. And then I blinked after I got off the bus and Shinedown was a different band. It was like that soon. And then I didn't see either one of you guys for 20 years.
Yeah, almost 20, 18 years probably or something.
Yeah. I mean, there had been fuels, all those things. So anyway, Brad, how was Rocklahoma, by the way?
Great, man. We had a blast, dude. Like I have to say, from the first downbeat of the first song, there was a circle pit. People were flying over the barricade. The security guys came up later and they're like, well, y'all made us work for that one because they're just coming over like the whole fucking time. And it was just exciting to watch, man. It was a lot of fun. You know, I hadn't done Rocklahoma since like 2010 with Fuel, I think. And it was, we were main stage, but it was hot and it was like everyone was still drunk in their tents or their campers or wherever they were. But for this one, it was epic. It was fucking packed and people were going crazy. So it was cool, man. We had a blast for sure.
Yeah.
Jason, you've done Rocklahoma before. Were you in Fuel with Brad?
Yeah, about 6 months. You know, I was just kind of filling in for it was only 6 months. I mean, it was great just to be back on stage with Brad, you know. And I remember that one night we played a festival somewhere up north, and I'll never forget the drummer, Ken. He was like, man, you guys just had something because it was a big stage, and me and Brad just intrinsically have these moves, you know, where they're like, it's like, you know, it's like no time had passed, you know, and Ken was just sitting back there laughing. He's like, God damn, these guys know each other, you know, their moves are like coordinated.
Fucking chemistry, dude. So, it's hard. We built that. I mean, you know, that chemistry is hard.
That's not something you can fake, you know?
No, not at all.
Is that a thing? Is that a practice thing or an organic thing when you're in a band? Like when you both were in Shinedown for so long, and you have to swap stage left, stage right, still be rock stars in your pose and your kicks and all your stuff and your moves and your spins. Is that organic or is that like learned? Like you was like, Brad, you go left, I'll go right.
No, we're not standing in front of the mirror, bro. I think you just close your eyes and what comes out is it, you know?
That's right. That's right. I mean, you're not planning your next move. Typically it's especially once you've been playing the songs and stuff for a certain amount of time. It's like whatever the music's inspiring your body to do is what's happening when it's happening. You know, it's just it's not like scripted, like some sort of play or theater thing. Now, some bands do script their moves and you can tell when they're going to do this, that, or the other on any given song, but we don't do it like that. This he's doing back bends and his head's almost touching the ground behind him and shit. Like the demon comes out, man. It's badass.
So after
we all have thing, you know, but together it's like that's the thing, you know what I mean? And you only get that. I haven't experienced with anybody else that I've been playing with, you know what I mean? And that's the hardest thing about this shit for me, you know.
Did you ever play with a band that you found it difficult to share the stage with? I'm not talking about off stage issues. I'm talking about, you know, like, dude, what are you doing? You're in my bubble. Get out of here, Jasin Todd. You're in my bass bubble. You're in my guitar bubble. You ever have that issue?
I'm not going to say any names, but Brad Stewart put me with somebody that I'll probably never forgive him for. It was just like,
sorry, I was trying to get you some work, man. Like, fuck.
I know, I'm fucking with you, man, but it's so hard. It's been like that with, I mean, I hate to say it, you know, I've met some really great people doing that, but it's like the caliber that we were in SD was just different. And we were a family. And after that, it was just like, oh my God. I'm like, what are you fuckers doing, man? Like, have you, like, you know what I mean? These bands I've been with, it's just, sometimes it's really scary, man. You know, especially if the singer can't sing fucking key, you know?
Well, without like, I mean, you don't have to throw anyone under the bus. I'm just curious, you know, like in this show, obviously I'm coming from a fan standpoint and, you know, I guess kind of the radio standpoint, but, you know, for those that don't understand that kind of environment, you know, being up there and doing that, you said, you know, there's some bands, whoever Brad hooked you up with, I guess, and I don't know who that is, you know.
No, you do, but we don't have to say it's okay. After this is over, we can I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's been many, to be honest. So
what is it that it's difficult? Is it because they're just like, stay the fuck away from me, or what?
Well, no, it's a few things. Most of the singers can't sing in key, so that's a fucking issue right there when it's like coming through the fucking speakers, man. You know what I mean? It's like, God damn, some of the guys couldn't play, and I didn't know that because, you know, the records that they made sounded great. You know, it's like, holy shit, but it's obviously studio magic, you know, because live, damn, you know, the drummer's got no meter, and it's just a different thing.
Brad, you're a horrible musician recruiter.
Man, I saw an opening that, and the people that I was trying to, you know, they wanted him in the band. And I don't know, man. But he was kind of light, you know, light years beyond. But I figured they'd catch up. Maybe, I don't know.
So I'm just giving you hell. Like I said, it's been a few bands, you know, so it's whatever. You know, it's just not the same.
What year exactly? Because you both were asked to leave Shinedown the same year, right? Same time?
I think he was a year after me.
About a year before me.
Yeah. Oh, so Brad, you were first.
I was first. So 07, early 07. Yeah, I think. Okay. And then Jasin maybe was 08 because he actually got to go in the studio on that third record and he had some killer ideas and songs that became songs. And he could tell the story, but I'm like, man, I don't. But then he was out of there, and he was like, "How about y'all don't use my song?" Right?
Man, it's hard to talk about that stuff. You know what I mean? But for me, it was like I'll never forget. Like we did a tour after Brad, and I'm like sitting on the bus, and I won't say who, but I'm like, what the fuck, man? Where's Brad? Like, you guys, like, you're okay with this? You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck is going on? You know, so I don't know. That's touchy for me. So let's not talk about that shit.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to poke and prod. Again, I'm trying to get an idea. This is actually for selfish purposes of what I've missed in your life in the past 20 some years. You know, you're not necessarily the most public.
It's a brotherhood. and I bought into all that bullshit. You know, I bought into the brotherhood. I would have died for any of these guys, and I just didn't understand it. You know, and I remember Brad telling me on the plane, he's like, "Dude, we were going to NAMM," and Brad's like, "Man, I think something's wrong." I'm like, "Man, get out of here! What are you talking about?" You know what I mean? Like, we're fucking. It's not even like I couldn't even conceive it. You know what I mean?
So did you do all the guitar stuff on Sound of Madness?
No, I did not.
No. Okay, that was the third album, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but you toured for the most part on that album.
No, I had played a couple of the demos because the singer had already, demoed out like, we usually would like 40. That was the other thing for me. It's like, me and Brad always got at least half the album, right? We get 6 songs a piece, and that's cool. I'm good with that, And on this one, it was like they wouldn't even fucking look at my ideas, So I was kind of checked out, and I wasn't in a good spot. So
what does that mean? You get 6 songs? Explain that.
Writing wise, you know what I mean?
We would contribute, and typically we would have a piece of about 6 songs as far as musically or just intellectually, sharing the ideas, and they'd become songs. And so we felt obviously a connection to it as writers beyond just playing them live, and the shit he'd come up with, I was like, it just made sense, and the stuff I'd come up with, sometimes he would add ideas to it and vice versa. And we would do
like
it that way.
Band, right?
I mean, so yeah, and then I was gone. And then I guess, a lot of the writing was outsourced. I mean, there was always some of the writing being outsourced anyhow. And that was fine.
We knew that. I was cool with that. I understood that. I mean, shit, that's how we met the motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I was cool with that. And he's a great writer. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about that, but it's like, it just like Brad said, it gives you a little bit more, I mean, shit, we're out here for 3 years touring this shit. I'd like to have, please give me something, baby. Come on.
Hey, that's my riff. I get to play my riff for a minute here. Come on. And watch him jump up and down and go crazy,
Yeah.
Brad, did you guys know? Because my understanding of the Sound of Madness, I remember I was working in Tampa, and Bill McGaffey came down and sat in the studio with me after my show and played me the album before, any of it was released. And after listening to it, I think the first thing that I had said to Bill was, "Oh, you're definitely going over for the top 40 crossover." And he goes, "Yeah, which songs do you think?" And I picked them out, and those, Second Chance, so on and so forth, were the ones. Did you guys, from my understanding, especially with you, Jason, you come from that death metal, heavy guitar, I want a guitar solo, live shows or bust mentality. Did you guys both know that going into that third Shinedown album, it was going to be more hooky, more top 40 friendly? That's where some of these rock bands were going. Papa Roach, i.e. Getting Away with Murder, no rapping on that album whatsoever, pretty much tailor-made for top 40. Did you guys know that going into writing or that third album for Shinedown?
I mean, Brad, don't you think? I mean, it was always like that on all the albums, man. We weren't really thinking about trying to do one style, man. We were always trying different stuff. I mean, look at the one Brad wrote on the second album, I Dare You. You know what I mean?
Which that was the first one they actually took to top 40. The other songs had top 40 potential, but I think the first record we released 4 singles, and you got to imagine too, when you're brand new, though you're Burning Bright had total like that vibe, but it just didn't get the push, and it was unfortunate because but at the time though, by the time we had released that, when Stain had come out with It's Been a While, I think that was the idea behind Burning Bright, but then 2 years had gone by or whatever, and it just didn't seem as, I don't know. It's still a great song, but I don't know. I think the strategy of doing it last, it was kind of like the last part of the, I don't know, maybe there wasn't a budget to push it any further than it did, or they're like, hey, we just need a new record, whatever. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. A lot of politics, a lot of things go on that you don't really see. And when you're a brand new band, we didn't have any pull really at the label. I mean, we had our guy Steve-O like fighting for us, but I mean,
sorry.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna talk shit about anybody, man. I try to be a good person. That guy can fucking my whole dick, Sorry.
So what happened was, I know Steve-O, and I
you should know.
I've never heard that about him before.
Oh man,
I've never heard
awful.
somebody say that.
He destroyed our band, you know. I mean, a perfect example of it was when we were at Made in the Shade, my studio here in Jacksonville, doing demos for the first album. I mean, we were all so excited. Remember that? We're in there jamming. We're all in the studio together. And then Steve-O shows up. And I was like, oh, fucking awesome. I've never had an A&R guy. I'm like, this is going to be so fucking cool. Come on, Steve. Like, being super pumped up about it. Brent was like, dude, you don't want that motherfucker in here. It's going to fucking ruin everything. And we were fucking killing it, man. Every part was working. I shit you not. As soon as that guy steps in there, the fucking sound changed. Like, fucking nobody could play anymore. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, who are you? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
I remember Jason
knew, you know?
Jason had just written No More Love with Brent. I remember we were in the hotel because I was trying to, I had written sort of Notice Me with him, the song Notice Me that didn't make the record. They eventually put all these demos and songs out later, but and then Jason starts strumming the guitar, right? And next thing you know, Brent, it was like a stream of consciousness thing. It's like they connected, man. And next thing you know, Brent and Jason have the whole fucking song laid out, right? Like arrangement, everything. But then when it came time to record it, Steve-O walks in, he goes, nice experiment. We were like, what? That's one of the best songs on the fucking record, man. Are you crazy? So it was kind of like that kind of shit. Yeah, I guess he was, who knows what he was looking for, but I don't know. That song ended up being one of my favorite fucking songs on there, man. You know, so
yeah, he didn't fucking know, man. You know, he's just fucking throwing darts. You know what I mean? Really? You know, he had Brent. He lucked out on Brent.
No More Love. No More Love was the song. Yeah.
The shit he used to give Brent, man, I would listen to their conversations on speaker, and the shit that he would say to Brent is nothing that another human should talk to somebody, especially your artist. You know what I mean? Like he's just not a good dude, man. So sorry.
Have you seen Jason since, you know, leaving Shinedown and being a part of other bands and being with other artists and traveling all over the world? Have you experienced what you experienced with Shinedown, good and bad, with any other band?
Well, God, yeah, that's easy. Yeah, I did a thing called the Metal All-Stars and got to go to places that Shinedown never even thought about going. Belarus, we went to fucking Russia, you know, St. Petersburg, Russia. We went to fucking Turkey, Istanbul. There's fucking tanks in the street, you know, and I got to play with Zakk Wylde every night in Blasco, which, you know, that's another story. Brad probably could have been in fucking Rob Zombie's band. You know what I mean? But we've turned down so much shit, you know, so I don't know, man. You're bringing back some crazy memories for me. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to bullshit with you. I'm not trying to, you know, bring up some shitty memories.
This show's partially a podcast, but it's also therapy, honestly, because I get to get some shit out too. I'm like, man, some of this shit, I probably need to talk about this shit. You know, I need a fucking therapy. Maybe I just lay on the couch back there.
Yeah.
What I tell you, yeah, I told Brad this. I said, look, doing radio for 30 years and doing this podcast thing for 4, I have to have a microphone in front of me or I'll go insane. You know, it is complete therapy, you know, just look.
And honestly, I'm not talking shit. This is just my perspective, how I saw things, you know what I mean? As far as, you know, with certain people, you know, but yeah, I've done lots of stuff, man. I got to play with Max Cavalera and being a death metal kid. Are you kidding me? We're playing, there's fucking 40,000 people in the arena because in Eastern Europe, it's sketchy as fuck, but the whole country shows up and they are fucking metal. You know, we were playing Roots by Sepultura, one fucking string, and that just showed me the power of rhythm. You don't fucking need all this, you know, ain't no money past the 5th fret anyways. Fucking Max playing one string and just hanging on that motherfucker and 40,000 people just going nuts. So, I mean, that was a dream come true for me. In fucking Russia, a little idiot from fucking Lake City, Florida. You kidding me? Fucking, you know,
you're a long way from home.
Yeah, man. And just playing with one of your childhood heroes. And he's so kind. I mean, that was the thing out there. And I'll never forget, Zakk told me, he was like, dude, lions hang out with lions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Or me and Brad, you know, it's like in Fuel. I mean, lions, you know, we hang out with each other. It's just what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, what I meant by like experience, not so much the venues you played and the crowd you played in front of, talking about maybe the brotherhood and the organic connection musically. You haven't experienced that.
No, definitely not. I mean, there's an Australian band that I had some fun with because that bass player, me and him, like got along really well. The drummer could play. But you know, nothing close to what we had, man. It was just I bought into it, maybe. So maybe I was fucking blindsided, but or an idiot because I really thought we were a family. So you know, and the connection, it's like people don't understand that too about recording. It's like you don't have to be this most technical person, or you can be, but there's something about getting 4 guys in a room to record that you couldn't get with studio musicians. It's just a fact. I lived in Nashville for 10 years. I was a part of that whole thing, man. And it's to them, it's like fucking just factory work. You know what I mean? But it's like with rock guys, there's a connection or there's not. There's no way you can fake it. All you got to do is listen to the speakers. And we had that, you know? So yeah, as far as that, I've never come even close to it, you know? And that's a thing, you know, me and Brad were talking about doing some stuff and it's like, I mean, I love Bobby and I love a bunch of singers, but it's like, man, it's got me so fucked up because I don't know how we're going to find a singer, you know? Fuck, or a drummer. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you guys are looking to play the press game, wouldn't be a bad idea maybe to Jason for you to reach out to the, hold on for a second. I know you're not, this is a joke, to reach out to the former lead singer of Saliva. There seems to be a back and forth going on right now. That would be interesting.
I love it. All it's doing is giving my boy here fucking tons of fucking press. He'll tell you, I text him every time I see something. I'm like, what that when this motherfucker said, oh, don't, there's gonna be some fucking fucking t-shirts. Don't you worry.
I got you your shirt. I got you a TEMO shirt.
I lost my fucking mind, dude, because like that was Brad Stewart to a T, man. You're not gonna fuck with him. Acting like you don't know this motherfucker. Man, we toured with you for fucking 5 years. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I love it. See, he can corroborate and validate my fucking stories, man. Because otherwise, some people feel like, yeah, he's fucking full of shit. No, this motherfucker knows he was with me on half the shit. You know what I mean? He gets it. You know.
Dude,
did you guys at Rocklahoma?
Based story that's a legend now is that was me. We won't talk about that on here, but you know what I'm saying. Like we know Saliva.
Yeah. Did you guys at Rocklahoma when Saliva played out there the other day, Brad? Did you guys have the TEMO shirts available?
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, we're not selling them because we don't want TEMO to sue us. So we had a bunch. We had a bunch made, and we just gave them away, and it just said Saliva TEMO version.
That's funny.
Yeah. And I got Jason's like, you got to snag me one, dude. Medium. And I was like, I think I got a medium, dude. So I grabbed him one before it got thrown out and shit, you know. But people were losing it. They'd open the shirt up and just start cracking up, you know. Like, dude, I mean, you got to make light. I mean, I can't let something like that bother me, dude. And if anything, I'm gonna make fun of it. Fuck, come on, man, have some fun with it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. And it's like you can't deny the presence you guys have versus whatever it is he's trying to do up there. You know, like, and no disrespect, I like Josie. Every time I ever met him, I mean, he was totally fine to me. But it's like I think just going about it the wrong way. Plus, you're my friend, so I don't give a fuck about anything else. You know, so I'm gonna take Brad Stewart's side.
Did Bobby address anything? Did Bobby address anything on stage that happened?
You know, oddly enough, Josie lives in Tulsa, which is like 50 minutes away. I mean, we didn't see him on site or anything, or I don't know. I mean, I don't think he said anything necessarily about like the shirts or the situation. And we did some press and stuff. And I think there was some guys that wanted to talk about it. And we were just like, that was last week, man. We don't need to keep this thing, you know, to keep this thing going. I mean, we said what we were going to say. I mean, it was actually in response to what he said about us. So we were kind of, you know, defending what we've been doing and what we still do. I mean, in front of lots of people. And yes, there are the legacy songs, but you know, and of course those songs are important, but that's part of the whole story. And the band's been signed 4 times since he left. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it was Rum Bum, you know, which is, you know, of course, Louis Bacardi's record. There was Universal, so Love, Lies, and Therapy came out on that. Megaforce, and now Judge and Jury with Howard Benson. So if we were so terrible, why would record labels give it 4 record deals over 5? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, I mean, if it's that bad, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be signing shit if it was.
You already had him on stage with you, right? I mean, what the fuck? He could have done something like that again and been cool. You know what I mean?
Well, 3 Days Grace, they're having both singers. They did a record with both singers at this point. I mean, we extended the olive branch, and then things got weird. Egos got involved, plus other managers and agents, and then now they're telling them this, telling them that, and then that whole thing just, which could have been great for him. I mean, he got paid a lot of money to sing three fucking songs at Blue Ridge. I mean, a lot of money.
You guys fucking paid him to do that?
Oh, the promoter did. It was
What the
actually,
fuck?
dude, there was like literally there was a lot of shows where promoters are like, okay, if you have Josie come up sing the last 3 songs, we're gonna give you whatever your guarantee is, X plus a lot more.
Wow.
And they also moved us up the food chain because they knew people would want to see it. But I mean,
but
you know,
crazy, man. I thought he would just want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the right thing to do. Get up and sing 3 songs, man. You know what I mean? Wow.
The trouble with it is, though, I mean, you know, if he was, you know, at a point where he was the only reason why Saliva had success, or he was the only guy in the band that mattered, then people would still be turning up for him, right? And I want them to. But obviously, it was a group effort. There was a team of people involved, including band members and management, labels, and this and that. And they're still his. And obviously, we kept that part going, though, and we kept the value at a certain level, so it didn't just go the fuck away, and kept the brand out there, which in turn made him a lot of money because he's at home and those songs are still being back cataloged and people are buying the fucking songs. It's the consumption of the songs, old and new, for Saliva has been up, of course, because we're out there fucking doing it, you know?
Putting the work in.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I mean, you know, I didn't really want to go here again. But I mean, you know, it just kind of bothers me.
I think I asked just if how the shirts went over. That's all. I think that's how it started. That's all. Okay.
We tend to take a left turn, so whatever.
Yeah, a little bit. How about the new song "Hit 'Em Where It Hurts"? How did that go over at Rocklahoma?
Well, it wasn't out yet.
Yeah,
so we didn't do it
Saturday. But
you didn't play it?
No, because we played Rocklahoma on Friday night.
Oh, but you can't play it live before it comes out the next day.
I mean, we could have, but we only had 35 minutes, and it was like,
I got you.
I mean, literally, you have to choose your songs wisely, and I think we did. We had a great set, great energy, and the crowd was amazing. So
that song is good. That song's
it's going to be ripping. We're doing it on this tour, of course, coming up, which basically starts Saturday. I fly back to tour Friday night, but absolutely, we're going to be doing the song, and I'm sure there'll be a video for it too. But it just was so new. It wasn't even released, and then we were like, we got to tour. We were supposed to rehearse at our buddy Fred's place in Chickasha. Called Legends, and then he was like, actually, I can't do it that night. Could you do it the night before? And we're like, well, we're not going to fly everybody in a day early and then sit in Chickasha, Oklahoma for a 3-minute fucking song. It just didn't make sense, you know. Jason, you know, man, come on.
Yeah. Hey, how's that? A different question, but how's that kid LeBar? I know his dad was in Cinderella. Is he a player? Is he good?
Love him. We love Sebastian.
He's cool. Great. You guys get along great?
Oh yeah. And the thing with Sebastian, he's got a great vibe, and he's a great player, but also like Wayne loved him. And so, you know, he had filled in when Wayne couldn't do certain shows, you know, and Wayne was like, that guy makes sense. I love him. Like, I love his dad. Wayne got to party with Jeff before he passed and everything. And he was showing Wayne how he slings his guitar, you know, his move. And they're out there, and it's hilarious because, you know, they're a little bit older now, or of course, they're both past now, and they're slinging guitars around outside. Have you seen it, Jason? He flips. Bailey, have you seen Jeff LeBar's trick? Look it up. Anyway.
Cinderella.
Yeah. So then Wayne and I think who else was out there with them fucking around trying it? It was comical, but it was cool to see some shit like that, you know?
I didn't know that was his son.
Yeah.
Is that, I had no. Oh, that's,
I didn't tell you that? Yeah.
Dude, like, do you just sit there and Q&A him what it's like growing up with, you know?
Well, actually, Meltdown was on the bus. You know Meltdown, of course, Jason from the Riff, Jake up there in Detroit. So he came on the bus when we were just in Michigan on Monday, yesterday, and we played with Five Finger and Drowning Pool, of course. But he was just sitting there, just asking him like question out because he was huge sitting around. He's like, so are you friends with Tom or, you know, Kiefer? And, you know, he's like, and you know, of course, Sebastian's like, you know, well, I have pictures of him holding me when I was like a baby and shit. Yeah, of course. And then he walks out and Meltdown's like, man, I hope am I asking him too many questions? Is it cool? I'm like, no, dude, everyone does that shit. You know, it's fine.
Fanboying out. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
I saw Cinderella. Like, I mean, I've seen him a bunch, but even like 10 years ago. And still, I mean, Cinderella's just vocally, lyrically, like, don't know what you got till it's gone. That Long Cold Winter out. That dude, stop it, dude, man.
In Nashville, you know, like I said, I lived there for 10 years on and off, and our friend Lizzie and Joe lived there, and we'd always have these parties, and it
Hailstorm.
was crazy. It was like, yeah, Hellstorm. And it was like all the 80s guys were there. It was, Kiefer was there, the fucking guy from Extreme, fucking Bang Tango, any band you can think of from the 80s. We're all just there hanging out, man. So
Jason would be in heaven. Jason Bailey would be in heaven. He loves that. He loves that era, dude. Yeah.
and then the fucking, what was the producer that did all their albums? What was his name? God, I forget. This German guy. Oh, Michael Wagner. His studio's there. So I mean, it was just hilarious. I'm like looking around. I'm like, that's that dude. I mean, everybody from the 80s,
So there was a party that I went to when I was in Atlanta, and this guy Charlie was managing, Collective Soul. Obviously, we had a great relationship with those guys because of the Atlanta ties and blah blah blah. But anyway, so we're at this guy's house, big music dude. I don't remember his company, and he's also, I guess, representing Tesla, or Tesla was performing with him. I love Tesla, right? I mean, it's
fucking love him.
So we're in the basement of, which is another room with a bar and stuff. And I'm sitting at a table, and my producer is at this jukebox with the lead singer. Was it JT, right? Of Tesla, I think it is. And they're singing Pat Bennett or no, Joan Jett.
Yeah.
And they like went to the fireworks store to get fireworks together. And I was just like, that's a fucking story, man. Like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, Jason's freezing a little bit, but to be, and we lost him, but to be able to go like to the fireworks store with Tesla is like there's nothing better than going to the fireworks store with the guys from Tesla.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Frank's great. I know him very well. He's Brad, I don't know if you remember, but the first time we played Loca Bazooka, I think it was called, in Boston.
Oh yeah.
And the guys were backstage, and I talked to Frank. I mean, God, I just fucking love that dude, man. So we've stayed in contact all these years. We've actually played with them, I think, in Rhode Island or whatever for that fire benefit. Remember that?
We did. Yeah, we did. And Providence, we did. Yes. So, yeah. After the burn victims.
And they're another. Another classic band that got lumped into hair metal, but they're not, man. They're like a fucking Aerosmith. You know what I mean? When you think about it,
Are you a hair metal hater like Brad, Jason?
Not at all, man. I grew up on that stuff because, we had MTV. So like some of that stuff, but I like the darker stuff like Wasp. That's my shit,
You're not a fan.
I can see that.
You're not a fan of Give It To Me Good, and Trickster and all those guys, Poison.
No, that kind of is lame. I mean, I'm sorry. It has a sound. That's when it started getting like, there's a reason Nirvana came out and fucking curb stomped all those guys, because that shit needed to happen. It was just getting ridiculous. You know what I mean?
I'm still standing by what I've always said. Heaven from Warrant is one of the best lyrically written songs ever in the entire world. I'm sorry. I was texting with Bobby from Saliva the other day about something, and he said that he goes, I guess he knows that I'm a hair metal fan. I don't know how, but when he and his daughter do those clips online, which are awesome, he says, we're getting ready to do, I don't know if I should say this, but he says, we're getting ready. He's like, I got something for you. We're going to do Seeing Red. And I was like, really? I go, from Warrant, Seeing Red. He's like, yeah. So that's awesome. A little bit outside of your guy's wheelhouse. That's pretty cool. It's like, now you got to do Heaven. Do Heaven. Heaven's a better song than Seeing Red. He's like, all right, I'll think about it. I was like, I don't know. How did you know?
Bobby used to be in a hair band cover band here in town with a couple of our friends, and they fucking sounded great, man. They played all the songs exactly. Stephen Carey, I think, was in it. Moxie was the drummer, and then what's the guy with guitar? I forget his name. My brain's not working, but so yeah, and Bobby was the singer, I think.
Well, it was called Nightfire, and then they changed it to White Python. So it was kind of like
that's it.
Yeah, White Python. So it was kind of like the dudes that were
Steel whatever. Yeah.
Steel Panther. Yeah.
Well, White Python is like White Snake, right?
Basically,
yeah. That's awesome. That's brilliant. So I love having the conversation of what makes a good band name, and I think that you have to have the good and the bad. Like Judas Priest is the ultimate band name. Judas Priest. Even take a band like Smash Mouth. Those two words, you have heaven and hell, right? You have smash, and you have mouth. You know, you have Judas, and then you have priest. You know, you need that, you know, you need that up and you need that down. I think that's the formula to make the perfect band name.
Oh, yeah. I never thought about that. Yeah, could be.
Maybe
Fucking love priest, man.
Maybe some suggestions for future projects from both Brad and Jason. I don't know. Take my advice.
Okay.
Jason, have you ever thought about this? And if so, if you were to put together a band and you could pick any members to be in this band, who would you have in place of bass, drums, maybe a rhythm guitar, whatever, lead singer, and then what would you name it and what type of music would you play?
Man, that's a tough question because Brad will tell you, man, I'm a chameleon. So I listen. If you saw my Apple Music, you'd flip out, man. It's everything from Deicide to Blind Melon, and like the last probably 20 years, I really got into jam band stuff, like the Grateful Dead. I finally figured it out, you know, shit like that. And that's kind of like the stuff that I'd be leaning towards because those guys actually get to play. Imagine that. You know what I mean? They get to play on stage and they get to extend songs and they just have fun. You know what I mean? There's no fucking click track. There's no rules, you know, but I mean, I've already got the bass player. Drummer, I would say if I had my choice, it would be John Fred. Rhythm guitar, that'd be hard to say. And a vocalist, I haven't found him, or I'd already have him. You know what I mean? So
He's still out there searching.
yeah,
you wouldn't want to rip somebody off from their band?
I've had a few people hit me up. One dude won that American Idol show, but you know, he does Trans-Siberian Orchestra and stuff, and I don't know, it might be too Southern rock, you know, if we did that. So I'm just kind of mindful of all that stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought about doing the Trans-Siberian Orchestra? That's awesome.
But yeah, so I don't know. It's tough. If you know any singers, let us know.
I do know one.
What would you like?
I do know one. I think you're in a band with him at one time, so I think that ship might have been sailed. Weren't you with like Ben? Weren't you guys in a band with the guy I do the other show with? Ben
Badger, yeah, fall to June. Yeah, fall to June. So yeah, June. That's
You're saying that he's a great singer? Is that what you're saying?
No, he's on. So the other shows I do, the BS, which are more like my radio shows, like when we first met, Ben is on those shows with me as well.
Ah,
so yeah, cool. But I know that you guys were I thought you guys were in a band together. That's what I've heard, at least. That's all I know.
Yeah, I did some shows with him for sure.
It didn't sound like it ended well. I'm sorry. I feel stupid asking some of these questions because some of the responses I'm like, oh shit, dude, I had no idea. You know, there's a lot behind the curtain that I guess I don't know. So I apologize to anybody listening. No. I'm supposed to know something and I don't know. I guess I'm just drinking being sick.
No, it's not that, you know, it's really tough. Like we were saying earlier, when you come from something that we had worked so hard for, building an organization, and that was the main thing for me. I even have it with the bands I love to play with, is everybody's fucking lazy, man. And I'm not used to that. You know, I'm used to guys going out like Panda. I was so happy when we got fucking someone like Panda and Freddie, because guess what? They work. There's a lot of work that goes into this, you know, and it's just like, can't believe how fucking lazy people are. Like even the crew guys, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like you're literally not doing anything. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't know, just shit like that, man. I don't know. So
I told Brad, I mean, like nowadays it's like fishing with dynamite online. You can find these amazing vocalists on TikTok and Facebook. Oh my God, dude. They're like, a lot of them go, you know, that country route, you know, especially with girls. But they're just so catchy and really talented. I would sit there if I were, you know, that had the talent you guys have and have the capabilities of starting a band and whatever. I would just be scouring TikTok.
Do you know of any rock singers right now that you're stoked about?
No, like I said, I mostly see. Maybe it's my algorithm, but I just see chicks doing country. Maybe that's creepy me. I have no idea. I tell you what I will do is, you know, if you want, I'll scour TikTok. I'll try to find some rock people. We'll get them on the show. We'll have Brad Stewart vet them. And then if he green lights it, we'll tell him to call Jasin Todd. How about that?
Hey, Hey, I love it. I love it. You know, I'm always looking to, and like I said, I told Brad, I'm probably just too picky, man. You know what I mean? It just sucks, man. Like coming from what we had, man, it's like we used to give that guy so much shit, man. Like, I mean, because I thought that's what brothers did, but he didn't have brothers. You know, I'll never forget. We were in the studio doing the track I had wrote for the second album, Heroes, right? And I was fucking like, we're all in there working, right, Brad? Like all for fucking weeks. You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker hasn't come up with anything. Like he hasn't fucking sang a word into the mic. And so finally I was like, dude, what the fuck, man? Are you going to do anything? Like fucking sing something. I'll never forget it, dude. This motherfucker is like Jay-Z. Didn't write a fucking lyric or nothing. He stepped up to the fucking mic and sang what's on the fucking album. I never said another word. I was like, okay.
yeah. And that's one of my favorite songs on that record. That's a fucking great song.
That verse is what he did right there live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck does that, man? And I was like, okay.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Battaglia was like, well, you might just get a track out of this asshole. and we did. And that was it. I mean, that was what it became, you know, and that's fucking the first song on a record, you know?
Yeah. So it's
That
just
is
hard to find people like that. You know what I mean? And the tone. That's my thing too, is the tone. Like we can all learn to sing in key, whatever, you know what I mean? But that tone is something you're born with. It's not something that you can fucking go to class and learn. You either have it or you don't, you know? And I like that raspy shit, you know, like Lizzie and like our guy, you know, I love that kind of thing, that grit. You know, I want to plan fucking A. I don't hang out with plan B motherfuckers, you know?
It sounds like both of you, you know, kind of have PTSD from, no, hear me out, from the Shinedown days, because it was so good and you maybe didn't know what you had at the time at no fault of your own. But then, you know, life goes on, and trust me, I can relate to this in a lot of ways. And you look back and you go, wow, there was magic there. And then you kind of kick yourself and go, I wonder what we could have created in this past 20 some odd years. You know, what could we have done creatively?
I mean, I knew it was great the whole time. There's never a doubt in my mind. That's what I'm saying. I fucking obviously was oblivious to all the issues. I mean, obviously we all had, you know, our own shit going on. And, but yeah, as far as musically, I mean, I knew what we had, and we had built this great thing. I mean, every fucking show we played was sold out. We headlined Kansas City Rock Fest. You know, there just wasn't Instagram back then to fucking show everybody or whatever the fuck, you know? No. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, the band was great. What we would have done, we would have made great music, you know? I wouldn't have done it like we did the second one. That was probably, I should have fought harder, and we should have went back out to LA and got that sound. You know what I mean?
Back to Bob Marlette.
Yeah.
What was wrong with the second? Well, I could tell you from a fan standpoint, but what was wrong from the second album?
For me, only sonically. You know what I mean? I worked so hard. We all did on that first album to get fucking great tone. You know what I mean? That's what set us apart, you know? And on this one, it was like the producer, God love him, but he wanted it to be, and plus what was cool at the time was the Strokes and the Killers and small amps and that whole fucking, you know, not, you know, really being overproduced. And I just wish we would have fucking got back to like, but you know, we didn't. So that's the only thing. Sonically is all I'm talking about. Not so much the songs, just the way I wasn't happy with my guitar sound. So
it was a dark album too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fucking, it got crazy. I mean, that was a 3-year tour. You know, I had kids. I wanted to fucking see them. And we took 2 weeks off and went right into the fucking studio. 2 weeks.
And they're like, oh, y'all haven't been writing since when y'all, you know, no, we've been touring and hitting every radio station and meet and greet and this, that, and the other under the fucking sun. It's not like we could then just sit down and have some privacy and swap ideas and come up with songs out there at that time. We were trying to break the band any way we could and just deal with the songs we'd already finally just got to release and fucking play live, you know? So, and they're like, well, you know, so then we started like some of those songs that came about on that record were reworked songs from that first initial writing shit that Brent did. But I'll never forget. You know? Remember, Jason, when we did the release party in New York City, and this was kind of comical. This is music business shit right here. And Ahmet Erdogan's there and Craig Cowman, and we're upstairs at this rooftop bar in New York City and shit, and we're doing photos for the press, you know, and we're holding up platinum records. Meanwhile, it wasn't certified platinum yet. So if you look closely, It is a platinum record, but it's not RIA certified yet. We're dying, dude, because we're like, they're smoking mirrors and shit, right? But they and it became it eventually a month later or whatever, it was platinum, 2 months later, and now it's double platinum. But so then we go to, I don't know if you remember this, we go to see, Craig Collins like, Diddy's he's playing down the street and shit or whatever, because he used to move his neck real weird. He had like a twitch or some shit, and not there's anything wrong with having a twitch or like a tick or whatever. But anyway, so we're going, and he's like, so we go down the street, and sure as fucking shit, Diddy's in there in the studio. I guess he had just acquired Bad Boy Records, right?
Yep.
So he's playing his shit, and it's fucking low end, bouncing, a lot of bass, just fucking killer, And then Craig's like, well, this is Shinedown, and maybe y'all could, do a collaboration or something together, right? Yeah, and we're like, okay, that'd be great. And he's like, yeah, here's the record, and he puts our record up there, the second record. And me and Jason just sank in our chairs. We're like,
sonically, man.
That's what I'm saying. Sonically, to your point, it was just. Man. It just wasn't holding up like the first record would have, in that situation.
What did Diddy say afterwards?
I mean, he liked it. He just wanted to rub baby oil on Brad, is all I remember.
No fucking way. Well, this is before everyone knew he was a fucking weirdo, like a creep. Who knew? Who would have fucking known this guy? I don't know. No, but yeah, that was our Diddy story.
Yeah, but it was just cool to be in that studio with all his guys and stuff, and just the sound. And that's when I knew that we had fucked up. I was like, God, man, like it doesn't have any low end texture. No. It sounds like it was recorded in the house in the 70s, which is exactly what we did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I spent all these years developing a tone, and now I'm playing through a fucking Fender Twin. And it's like nothing against that, but God damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you, Jason, think of Brad rejoining Shinedown at that Boardwalk Rock concert a couple months back? When you saw that, where was your head at on that one?
I mean, to be completely honest, I don't talk about this shit with anybody, man. Like, this is the most I've ever talked about this shit. I haven't heard any of the albums. I've heard the singles that have come off some of the albums on the radio, but I don't listen to that stuff. And then Brad told me that had happened, but I hadn't been on Instagram in like fucking 5 months or something. So I had no idea, but I was happy for Brad because it sounds like he got some closure or whatever, and I was just stoked for that. You know what I mean? Because fucking 20 years is a long time to not talk to somebody. It's unfathomable, really. I mean, how close we were, man. Like, I mean, we were fucking family, and it's like, so, but I'm glad that as long as it went well for you, I mean, I'm stoked for you,
Would you do it, Jason? If they offered you to come up on stage, would you join them?
Oh, that's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen Brent in, I don't know. I saw him in Nashville one time. Like, God, that was fucking over 10 years ago, probably. I don't know. I mean, why not? I mean, shit.
Yeah.
That would have been cool, dude. I mean, it was cathartic, to say the least. I mean, definitely all those years of really, trying to find the next band and the next thing, and knowing what we had, but also never being like, is it ever gonna, I don't know if I could ever have that again in my life, especially in music, because we saw the thing from the ground up. No one knew who the fuck we were. Well, I mean, we had to start the thing from zero, and we became this thing, and we helped, he and I helped create that monster that it is now, so and then when I finally got to get up there, and I saw him, and I'd been talking with Barry, of course, and I got to go up there and play Fly. I was like, wow, dude, it was like all that shit just
came back.
I hadn't even played that song, and I'm like, Barry, fuck, why didn't you tell me? And he's like, nah, then it wouldn't have been as cool. And I'm like, fuck that, I forgot how to play it, so I'm kind of fucking around.
Muscle memory kicked in, and you killed it.
Kicked in. It did, man. So it was, and then I saw the power of forgiveness, man, because I forgave everything. I was just like, you know what, dude, like I've been holding that shit inside of me, and the only person that's affecting is me and whoever else is around me that knows I'm still not over that shit, So
exactly. Yeah, it only harms you. You know what I mean? So
that's right.
Let me ask both of you guys this question. This is very selfish. So for the Vinyl Roadies that don't give a shit of what I have to say, relax. I have to ask this because I've got both of these guys here. I mean, when's the last time both of you guys have been in this type of setting together.
On a
God.
podcast?
Just together, yeah, doing, this isn't an
Oh
interview.
shit! Me and Brad haven't hung out as much as I would like because we both have families and stuff. But we've gone out to eat, and like a few times we'll go to Sliders and have some drinks
Like
and
this,
stuff.
like on camera,
Like studio shit. Yeah.
Studio
Oh,
Like,
I don't know if we have.
Jesus Christ, a long time. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
been, 18 years at least, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not a
Shit.
social media person, so
So for those that are listening, let me give you a little backstory in case you don't know how I fit into this trio. When Shinedown was launched, I'd like to say the first. I know I was one of the first, if not the first. This Steve-O guy that Jason spoke so highly of earlier came to me and asked me if I would help him launch this new band with Atlantic Records. I was very excited. I was young.
Yep.
Night guy on a rock station in Orlando, Florida. The bit was giving you 3 songs, have your audience pick. Better Version, Fly, Lost in the Crowd.
okay.
I thought Better Version I still think that's my favorite song. And so I had no idea Drink for
Brad
Being Drink. Yeah, I've heard the backstory. Drink for Being Stupid on this was all set up. Fly was without a doubt going to be the first single. So I had this connection with the band, Brent, Jason, Brad, Barry, and they would come into the studio often. I helped them. I remember talking to Brent backstage at the House of Blues when you guys were doing a show and saying, hey, you guys are going to play Earth Day Birthday. What's that? Helping get you guys. Anyway, that's the backstory of my relationship with the band. When you guys would come into the studio with me, what was your impression of me? Complete honesty. I want you to be completely honest. Jason?
Quite sexy. I mean, that's the first thought that comes to mind.
There's a reason I'm asking this, and I'll tell you in a second. But what was your impression of this? Is your first kind of radio guy, radio dude interview, pushing Shinedown kind of, what was your impression?
Well, listen, man, I mean, I'd never been on the radio, maybe once at like midnight, on this local station here. So anybody that was pressing that stuff, I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, you have to understand it was you and those like you that is the reason we get to do this. I mean, we're a faceless radio band. So like, God, just being able to hear your song on the radio. I don't know how it was for Brad, but I think I about shit myself. You know what I mean? And it's in the daytime. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? And now, you let us talk, which is probably crazy,
Yeah. Brad?
We were definitely a handful in the old studio.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It was fun though. We had a good time. Brad, what was your impression? What was your impression?
I thought you were great, man. You were high energy because sometimes you go in there with guys and they're like, "Hey, man, like they're just fucking around and shit." You're like, "Yo, I'm fucking it." You're got all this fucking. You just have this level of energy, and you were also well versed in how the band came together and had a part in helping choose some of the singles from what I remember.
That's crazy.
And it's awesome. So it was like seeing someone in your position that gave a shit too. Then I also had that energy and enthusiasm about us and just in general about your job and how you did radio, man. I mean, bands like to see that. They don't want to be like, how'd you get the name? Or some guy just asking the same fucking thing over and over. We had like energy and like, it was like a vibe, I thought,
Yeah. The reason I asked that is because I'll never forget Brent telling me 2 different things. This was after we had gotten to know each other for a while. Now, I'm not saying that at this time he was in the best state of mind, but he had said, he goes, "Man, when I first met you, I thought you were really arrogant."
What?
I was like,
said
wow.
that?
He
He
said
must
that.
have late night, man, because that's not really like in his nature to talk about people like that, especially radio.
To their face.
And then the second thing he said, he goes, "Man, you gotta," and this was right after, I remember exactly when it was. It was right after you guys had done Rockline, I think, for the first time. And he was very excited about that. I don't think Rockline's on anymore, but it was a big kind of syndicated radio show for rock bands.
Oh yeah.
It was Bob Coburn. I think he's passed. I think he's dead. Yeah.
And he told me, he goes, "You've got to lose the Buckethead name." He goes, "It's just not you." And I said, "I hate it." I go, "I hate it. I hate it. I hate it." And
Did you really?
Well, this is the story, is one of the reasons I left Orlando and went to Atlanta was because I hated the name so much. And I did not think that I'd be able to drop that brand if I stayed in Orlando. And it really, didn't start, but it escalated because he told me that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always thought that, like, I mean, that's catchy as hell, man. Like, I would always hear that. It's immediately I know who it is. You know what I mean? It was such like a calling that's like very few people have that, man.
I know.
So
Well,
I disagree.
Now I regret it. Being back in Orlando, I still go out and I'll see people and they'll be like, dude, Buckethead, that kind of.
Yeah, that's your brand. You know what I mean?
And that was my brand. And I was like, shit, man, I should have LTG'd and lived the gimmick for all those years, because I could have lived just off of the brand,
Yeah.
But
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I would listen to the radio and hear that. You know what I mean? It's like, because we were in Orlando and Sanford quite a bit on that first album. You know what I mean?
Tony's house. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd ask, since I got half of the original cast of Shinedown, I could ask that question too.
I feel like we were there one time and fucking Kenny Rogers walked in. Was that with you too? He was definitely in Orlando. Wasn't it, Brad?
I would have remembered that shit.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
that was a lot of brain cells killed many years ago.
Kenny Rogers or Kenny Loggins?
Kenny Rogers, man. And I was like, what the fuck? That's Kenny Rogers. And it's like, it's so weird. Like, you become this like brand, and there's other brands of Gatorade too,
All right. Here's another question that I know fans would love to hear the answer to.
Right.
Brad, you'll go first on this one.
Okay.
And I think I know the answer. That's why I'm saving Jason for last.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically speaking, and a pretty good chance, someday Shinedown gets inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with its current lineup. But they ask you guys to join on stage to play some of the older songs. Brad, do you accept?
Yeah, I'd do it, man.
Yeah.
But they'd have to account to me all the money I lost from not being in the band for 18 years. So then I do it.
Good luck.
That's a lie. You know that's a lie.
I know, but maybe make a little bit doing it. No, just kidding. I mean, I'd be honored to be in the Rock Hall of Fame. In that, anyway,
if Josie can do it, you can do it at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
Now, Jason, your turn. Are you accepting the invite?
Well, it's funny, actually, me and my girl were talking about that the other day, and I don't know if it'll happen. I hope it doesn't happen when we're 70 or 80, but I think it's going to happen because he's got more songs on the radio than anyone. I mean, it's like up to like fucking 37 or something ridiculous. I mean, you're talking more than the Foo Fighters, more than Van Halen, more than fucking anybody. Like, so the guy's a songwriting machine. So in that respect, I think it will happen one day. And I would definitely play those songs. And they motherfuckers better be ready for my speech. I'll tell you that. Bro, I've been to a couple of them. We got to go when Skinner got inducted. My son was 5 days old and Metallica played. And they had all their old guys because what it is it comes out whatever the first album was. That's when it starts. So I think we're up, what year would that be, Brad?
28, I think, because Leave a Whisper was 20. It's 25-year thing, right? It's from when the record came out. So yeah, it'd be 2028.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna say it's first ballot type shit. I don't really know, because it's up to the voters. But I could see it happening, and I'm definitely if they want me to play, I'll be there for them. I mean, I love those guys, man. You know what I mean? I don't know Eric. I've only met him one time, but so I mean, why not? Yeah.
Yeah,
Eric's a good dude. I can vouch for that. He's a great dude.
So, Eric, Zach. I mean, they're great dudes. I had Eric on for his solo stuff. I mean, I've obviously known him prior, but for his solo stuff, very talented guy. Good. Yeah. Jason, do you know that when you refer to Brent, you don't mention his name? You just say the singer.
Oh, I know. And everybody online is going to give me this shit. It comes from being in Nashville for so long and actually working with Tony. I call people by what they do. It's like, Brent's the singer, Brad's the bass player, the drummer is fucking whoever. I mean, I'm just so used to like that, man. And some guy was like commenting, he's like, man, you don't even call them by their fucking name. I'm like, I know their fucking name. I'm sorry. It's just the way I talk. Get over it. You know what I mean? If the drummer's the drummer. Like, it's just a studio thing. You know what I mean?
Just making the obvious thing in case somebody else was thinking that. That's
somebody's gonna say something. But
well, you explained it, and it's fine. It's just
yeah. It's not personal, man. I just have my own way of thinking, so I don't know.
Yeah. Did you not save me a TEMO shirt? I asked you to save me one too, Brad. I sent you Vinyl Road shirts. Did you not
Still
save
some left, man. I think there should be. Don't worry, dude. I ain't in charge of the merch, man. That shit, like someone else had asked. Like, you got a double? Oh, Mike Stewart. He was like, you got a double XL. And sorry, Mike, he threw all the. I didn't think he made double XLs, but yeah, the ones he threw most of them out. There should be still some on the bus, and if there is, what are you large?
extra? Please,
Extra large.
Yeah.
Oh man, said triple X. Come on, baby.
I'm an extra large trying to get down to a smaller extra large currently. I'm in the moment. All right.
Well, hey, not to get back, but do you think the band could get inducted?
Absolutely.
Really? Off of what merit? From the songs or what?
Yeah. So, you look at what the band is and what the band has done, just the brand itself. I'm a big fan of looking at things generationally and what it's offered to that generation or genre. What Nirvana was to grunge, what Poison was to hair metal, what whatever the case. Shinedown came along in the early 2000s, which was the last time rock and roll had a revelation. It was the last time that rock radio was relevant because of the music. It had so many new bands putting out different types of music and good music. You had new metal, you had active rock stuff, and you had, what's considered harder rock, like a Godsmack,
Yeah.
And when you put that in a playlist with Shinedown to Saliva to Biscuit to Roach to Disturbed to Stained, and then you throw in the Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Metallica, and Tool, and then you sprinkle White Stripes and Newfound Glory and stuff, you have an amazing genre of different music for different people, all under the rock umbrella. Now, out of that genre of rock and roll, what band stood the test of time? Okay. You can argue Godsmack. You could argue Stained. You can argue Linkin Park. You can argue Papa Roach. But then you look at album sales. Now, Linkin Park's on a totally different level. They're first ballot Hall of Famers, without a doubt. Shinedown, for what it was, and you also kind of lump Shinedown into that Three Doorsy type of world, right? But Shinedown, for what it was and how many songs that they've had on the mainstream rock album charts is insane.
It's nuts. Yeah.
The only thing that has ever worked against Shinedown, and I don't know why, I don't know the reason for this, is the mainstream success. There should have been more mainstream success, especially after the Sound of Madness, for the band Shinedown. I'll never forget when Daltrey did a Shinedown song on American Idol. And
he called me. I know.
And Simon Cowell was like, I'm not familiar with them. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They've had 3 albums released, numerous top number 1 hits, I believe, at that time. And you're supposed to be Simon Cowell, the record producer guy of the world. How do you not know the band? That infuriated me. The second thing that infuriated me was at an award show. I don't know if it was the Grammys or what it was. They did a tribute to Leonard Skinner. And this was right after you guys released 45. I think Slash was up there and some. I'm like, how the fuck do you not have, you guys, at least Brent and Jason walking up with the Stars and Bars guitar and doing 45? How do you not have that at this point in time when they just released that song? Did not make any sense to me.
Hard to say, man. I have no idea. But we used to, that was one of the things we would always talk about, and it's like, how the fuck are we not doing all these late night shows? We got a few, but we didn't get enough, I felt like, at the time, and it was like, who the fuck is doing this? Like, what the fuck, man? We have all these songs because shit, how many do we have off the first album, Brad? Singles?
4 singles, and then
that's unheard of for a fucking brand new band to have 4 singles. Like, what the fuck? You're lucky to get 2.
The only late night exposure I think you ever got was Conan, right?
No. We did Conan. We did what was the guy that crazy fucking used to be a drunk Ferguson?
Craig Ferguson.
Ferguson's great.
Yeah, he was great. And we did I think that was it, right?
We did Kimmel a couple times. We did we did Jimmy Kimmel.
That's right.
But we didn't do. We could have done a lot more though, and we would fight and ask for it. Management would, was trying to sort of get back in with Atlantic Records because they had a relationship that had soured. So he was going in there and he was pushing, but he had to sort of, he could only push so much. And so we had to kind of deal with that, and then they rekindled the relationship, and obviously, you know, the band has stuck with the same manager and same label all these years.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so, and you also have to imagine, if you're not hiring an outside publicist, you're dealing with the label's publicist, who has, it's like stand in fucking line. You're behind, you're, you know, here's Little Kim's coming out and Fat Joe and we're this rock band, and they're like, anyway, and, you know, who else, you know, it was that kind of thing. So, and they're going to be on the talk shows, and they're going to be on the late night shit. You guys go tour with Three Doors or something, like, get out my face kind of shit.
And every time we'd go out to dinner with these people, you know, of course I would say something, or Brad would say something. I'm like, what, am I not supposed to say anything? Like, what the fuck, man? I was like, dude, why are we not on these shows? You know, it's about who you eat fucking cheese Danish with. Obviously, you don't know the right motherfuckers to have coffee and cheese Danish with.
Yeah. We didn't drop the right bag of money off. Remember the old duffel bag of money? Come on, let's go.
I'm like, we got hit songs right now, and we're the only fucking rock band that's not on there. And the guy he's like, man, I'm doing all I can. I'm like, it didn't fucking sound like it. You know what I mean? You got it fucking on the cover of a magazine and holding fucking fake squirrels, but we can't get on the goddamn David Letterman show? What the fuck?
Yeah, that was Penthouse, by the way. Yeah. I still have that magazine.
The big mistakes, I think, that were made or opportunities that were missed. And, you know, I would even say that Three Doors Down has more mainstream branding than Shinedown does.
Well,
I think
here without you. I mean, shit.
Well, I think a lot of that is because of, you know, the song that Brad had originally written for the movie Poseidon, you know, no, what was that? Was that Here With That? Anyway, but outside of their hits, the name, the branding is there. Like, Shinedown should have had that branding. You know, I know early in the Shinedown days, maybe after the first album, there was talk, at least Brent told me this, that he was going to do a song with Lil Jon and somebody
else. I did too. I was on that. Maybe Brad too. I think we all just tracked overdubs and stuff. It was crazy.
Separately. Yeah. We did.
It never came to fruition, I believe.
No.
Right? No. Okay. That would have helped out tremendously. During those days, it wasn't, you know, the internet was like, social media was up and coming. So it's nothing like what it is now, where most people are going to TikTok for music versus radio, to be honest with you. Wow. But there was the collaboration stuff wasn't so much there. But I think that if there would have been more soundtrack stuff, like if you guys were able to jump on board and get onto a big movie, that would have helped out with mainstream success. Also, collaboration with a bigger artist, maybe a single female artist.
We did that with Lizzie, you know, but we never had anybody pushing it because we were told not to get a publicist, and we should have fucking got a publicist, man. I mean,
but Lizzie at the time, I mean, you know, you guys brought her up. I'm talking about somebody that was there prior to you, kind of what Jacoby just did with Carrie Underwood.
Okay, I got you.
Those types of things. The as much as it. And again, in those days, it was a different mentality. You know, Daltrey got the kickback for this, for being on American Idol. We still had that gearhead mentality. Like, if you're a rock and roll band, you start up from the ground up. You don't cheat and get onto these shows. But with that being said, wouldn't have hurt. You know, Shinedown on American Idol. Daltrey gets to play with you guys. That would have been cool. So I don't know who was in charge of that for you guys, but they missed all those opportunities.
Well, he actually called me, man, because I guess what it was is they had to pick a song that was in the top 10 or whatever that week. And that we were his favorite band. And I told him, I was like, dude, do not fucking sing that song live. Fucking Brent can't even sing that shit. You know, the chorus is like high C. I mean, that fucking shit is crazy high. It's a really tough song to sing, man. And I told him, I'm like, pick any other song, dude. Don't do this fucking thing. And then I saw the playback, and they put all these weird keyboard parts on it. And it just didn't sound anything like the fucking, you know, the song. So, it would have helped. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that would have helped. But those kinds of things, man, were completely out of our hands. You know, we had no say in that whatsoever.
They brought on Ed Kowalczyk for Daltrey, I believe, that season, you know, so because he got to do his live song.
Yeah.
You know, it's Simon did say to him, if you remember, he goes, I think the song was too big for you. Yeah, like your voice. And I was like, damn, that's kind of a kick in the nuts. But he was kind of, it wasn't right. But again, like what Jason said, that note that I dare you, I can't hit it. I mean, that first bit, that's up there, dude.
Yeah.
Like for a male rock singer. I mean,
yes.
And now I'm sure Daughtry could kill it, no problem. But I mean, back then he was still,
yeah,
that's a tough one, man.
Yeah. That was a hard one, man. I was like, God, you had to pick the one song that's fucking the hardest one that I've ever heard the singer sing. Sorry, Brent.
You caught yourself that time.
Dude, you don't realize how much shit I'm going to get about this, man. These fucking kids on the internet can't fucking handle me talking like that. So whatever.
All right. You want to wrap this up?
I'm having fun. I go all day. Shit.
Well,
it's actually been fun because I don't ever talk about this stuff. So it's been really weird. It's like, I love that guy, man. Like it was really tough, man. I just got to get that out because, like Brad said, it's kind of therapy. But I love that dude. And Brad will tell you, man, like we were all friends, but he and I think we're about as close as you can get without fucking. Yeah, I mean, we always roomed together. We fucking did everything together. So when he was just gone one day, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's been 20 years, and I'm like I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy. I'd talk to fucking Steve-O. Jesus, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense, man. So, and like I said, when Brad wasn't on that one tour I did, I'll never forget, the drummer just I'm like, you don't fucking miss Brad? Like, dude, we just spent fucking 7 years, I'm like, this isn't it. You know what I mean? It was already fucked up. And they were like, what do you want me to do about it? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, you don't feel anything? Are you guys just like, you guys have no fucking feelings, So I don't know, man. So it's been good to get this out. I don't know, man. I've never seen someone more talented. The guy doesn't have any hobbies. Only person I've ever met that doesn't have hobbies. And he's a great writer, man. You cannot deny it. And that guy's voice, the songs I have heard on the radio of their new stuff, I don't like because they've taken all the grit and soulfulness out of his voice. I mean, that's what we all loved. You know what I mean? It's like, where is that? You know what I mean? Like, so, but I'm actually super happy for their success, man. I really am. My daughter still goes to their shows and hangs out with them. And, they're such a big part of our family, so I'm actually, excited for their success. I would never wish harm on anybody, so, but the whole situation is just really weird,
Does she get free tickets?
They actually make her pay. No, fuck no. Yeah, they let her in. I mean, they've known her since, she was a child. So
how does that work? Who do you reach out to? Like, do you reach out to
I don't talk to him, and I honestly haven't talked to him. So she just does. She has their, yeah.
Oh. There's still some of the guys at management. G-Man's not their day-to-day guy anymore, but he's still at Indigoot McGathy, and they probably reach out to him directly or one of those guys.
Like Ad Rock or somebody.
Maybe Ad Rock or someone, yeah.
Yeah.
But back to what we were saying before, I think it would be cool to either do a tour or like a situation with Shinedown where Jason and I do come back and maybe we put out a song that we all contribute to and we record a new song together. I mean, just something, even if it's just a one-off thing, I think it would be kind of cool because a lot of the fans still are like, dude, we still want to see that version and hear those old songs. And then maybe we throw them something new. And of course, Zach and Eric are involved too. It does. I'm just trying to say, like, maybe it's all 6 of us on the fucking thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, Eric's a hell of a guitar player. Why not? Why don't we do, a 6-piece Shinedown and we do fucking all the shit, like, or like do a, like when I remember seeing the Beatles, I can't remember the name of their tribute band or whatever in Vegas, but they would start and they'd come out, Love Me Do, and they would do every era throughout the thing. I thought that was cool, man. I mean, because people love the evolution of it all, right?
Yeah. Well,
so for it to come full circle and have something like that, I think, fuck, man. That'd be cool.
But it's tough. You don't ever. I mean, for some reason, the singer acts like those first 2 albums don't exist.
Not anymore. They actually started playing, and I don't know if it had anything to do with me coming on stage with them the one time for Fly, but now I've seen them do it. Save Me. They did I Dare You they've been doing In Memory. They kind of broke down this version of In Memory, and they. Yeah, so now there's I mean, at least their tour just ended, I think a couple days ago or whatever, but they did start doing some of the back catalog shit. And I was like, wow, that's cool, man.
Wow, yeah, because all I'd ever heard for years is like you know, there's no mention of it or anything. I'm like, I don't know. I guess, you know, and it's tough without the internet back then. Like, I feel like people don't even know we were in the band for like fucking almost 10 years, you know?
I'm just going to,
he's gone.
I'm just going to wrap this sumbitch up because Brad disappeared. I can barely hear you and we're having weird tech issues. So I'll tell you this, it was a good show. And something happened, and I'm not sure what happened. But either way, we appreciate you, Jasin Todd. I love you to death. It's great to see you. You definitely are coming back on. I know that's going to happen. I know the Vinyl Roadies dug it. Make sure that you're following all the social media at the Vinyl Road Podcast on Instagram. All the shows have Instagram at Honey I Raised the Kids, at Listen to the BS, jasonbailey.com. Subscribe to my other shows. And there's Brad. Brad's back.
This has been
Brad,
great. And thanks for always. Oh, there he is. Cool.
There he is.
Yeah, and thanks for always, you know, supporting the
Dude, but
you know, helping our career. You know, it's like.
Well, Brad's frozen again.
It's all of us. We all blacked out.
Yeah. Rockstar's going to pay your internet bill. Yeah. Anyway, I'm wrapping this son of a bitch up because you guys are frozen. So look, thanks for listening. Thanks for the support. Make sure you tell a friend and share our content so we get more people. It's the Vinyl Road Podcast for this episode. If you're going to be doing some drinking, I understand. I get it. If you had too much, don't get behind the wheel of a car. I've lost way too many friends like that. Talk to you soon. And bye.
I think we should do a podcast about rock and roll. I got some stories.
That's it for this episode. Check out jasonbailey.com for more shows. Until next time.
3 different shows, 5 days a week, 1 feed, details, and to subscribe, jasonbailey.com.